Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here, and I have another in-person autograph recap to share with you all. This is what I got today at day 2 of qualifications for the Indy 500. I didn't stay nearly as long today. The track opened up 2 hours later than it did yesterday, and it was a lot warmer. I had already gotten a little bit burnt yesterday, so I didn't want to stay out too long and then have to deal with that the rest of the week. So I stayed, I think, for about 3.5 hours. And was able to add 20 more autographs to the collection. I think I just got one new name, or 2 new names actually, to the collection. And then got a few other photos and hero cards filled out, and then got some duplicates as well. So in alphabetical order of what I got in today, first one is another Agustin Canapino hero card. I had him signed this side in black to go along with the color scheme. So I think I have him signed on both sides of those. Then I got another Benjamin Peterson hero card. Pretty sure this is the one they were handing out on Tuesday, and they have new ones. And I had gotten one signed yesterday, so I have both versions of what they were giving out. Got 2 autographs of Christian Lundgaard. So got his 8x10 from last year signed, and then one of his hero cards. They do offer the trackside photos at once they are taken. They can print them out at the one of the gift shops that they have in the garages. From what someone was telling me, the photos are $10 each for an 8x10, and they're very nice quality, don't get me wrong, but that is really expensive for a single photograph, in my opinion. And while those would be awesome to just purchase and get signed and have this year's photos, I think I'm just going to stick to printing them myself going forward. I know that there's a website that shares all of them each year. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that because $10 is way too much. $5 I might consider getting a whole set, but not 10. That's way too much. Then we got an 8x10 signed by Devlin DeFrancesco. So I think that's everything I needed from him. Got an 8x10 signed by Felix Rosenqvist. It was quite a bit of a crowd, and he was in a hurry, so I wasn't able to get his hero card signed at the same time. But much nicer signature on there than what I got on the customs. And speaking of the customs, I got my upgrade. Got Castroneves again. This time better Sharpie. Autograph isn't as clean, just because it was a heck of a crowd and you had to kind of move along with him, so he kind of had to stop the signature halfway through as we moved. But very, very happy to upgrade that and officially complete that 34 custom photo set that I was working on this year. Then we got a couple autographs from Jack Harvey. Got his hero card and an 8x10. Got another one, another hero card of Catherine Legge. Then we got another hero card of Kyle Kirkwood. Got a custom 4x6 for the owner's set that I made of Michael Shank. He was the first autograph I got all day. Then another hero card of Pato O'Ward. This guy's probably the most fan-friendly of the Arrow McLaren group. Felix is the second one for sure. TK is very fan-friendly, but he can sometimes find ways to avoid getting into the crowds or saying like, hey, I got something to do and whatnot. But Pato will generally stop and sign for just about anyone. Felix most of the time will. Rossi does not seem to care for fan interactions and stuff. Then this one was a bit of a surprise. Wasn't expecting to see this guy there, but got former NASCAR Truck Series driver Rico Abreu. He was in the Chip Ganassi garages. I was actually trying to find a restroom because I was sweating so much that my sunscreen was getting in my eyes. So he probably thought I was crying when I met him. But really, my eyes were burning really bad at that point. But I saw him and I was like, that's Rico Abreu. And, I'm going to get the signature before, I take care of myself. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But I thought that was pretty cool little happenstance meeting there. Then we got an 8x10 and hero card signed by Renus VK. He was in a meeting for probably about 20 minutes. We waited for him, and he's usually pretty good about signing. He is really good about signing, but that meeting lasted quite a while, so really had to wait to get him, but well worth it. Got another Santino Ferrucci hero card. This is one of the ones he had last year. Another Stephen Wilson hero card. And then on one of my generic customs, got to meet former Trek owner Tony George. I think it's his stepson is Ed Carpenter, so he is still affiliated with Ed Carpenter Racing. Maybe not in like a full-time row, but he was wearing some of the gear, or the shirts and polos and all that they wear. And another collector was standing outside, and we had talked earlier, and I was like, hey, who are you waiting on? And he said, Tony George. I'm like, well, hey, I don't have him, so might as well wait for him, and he was cool enough to sign. And then finally, I think this was the second or third autograph I got all day, but a really nice one, Will Power. So 20 autographs added today. That took me to a total of 102 for the past week, just in person alone. I will be hopefully going to Legends Day. I've got a plan to try and attend both of the signings. It's a loaded guest list this year. I think it's like 40 plus drivers are scheduled to be there. It could still change. New names can be added. Some people might not show up. But there's a few winners that former winners in there that I do not have in the collection that I would love to be able to add. And then there's the full field autograph session, which is just absolute mayhem and chaos from what I saw on Instagram last year. So we'll see who I get from that. Probably just one table of 3 drivers. And then there's also the drivers introduction meetings or whatever. Not introduction meetings, but there's a drivers meeting afterwards, and some of them sign then, and that's the last opportunity to get signatures for the 500. So we'll see how that goes. If I do end up going and end up getting some stuff signed, I will be sure to share that with you all. Thank you guys for watching. This has been really, really fun. It was looking early on like I might not get to go very much, if at all, and getting to spend 3 days there, 2.5 at the track, and getting over 100 autographs and getting one of each entrant and several owners, several former drivers, and a few new names was really, really awesome. So really glad I got to do that. Grabbed a bunch of extra hero cards to bring in next year or to, get TTM. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.